Here's how to change the battery in a 2022 Hyundai Elantra. You're going to need an H5 size. Use a 10mm socket to remove the terminal on the negative side, and then just pull it off. Just put it off to the side. Also use the 10mm socket on the positive side. So first loosen this bolt and then this one, and then you can just take it off. Just lift it out, put off to the side once you're done. There's going to be a metal thing that holds the battery in place. You're going to need a 12mm socket. So just use an extender and then reach down there and get it and then loosen it. And then you can take the whole thing out. Let's put it off to the side. The battery has a handle here, so you can use that to pull it out. Just be sure to keep your tools off to the side. Don't stick them in the engine so they don't fall in. Now you can adjust this thing and get it ready, and then put the new battery in. Once you have the new battery in, just make sure it's seated in there, and then the first thing is you're going to put that metal piece back right there. So I'll use the extender with a 12mm socket. So remember, it's always righty-tighty when you're tightening things up. Lefty-loosey is when you want to loosen things. So I want to tighten it right now. So now I have that metal brace back in there. I'm just going to tighten a few more times. Make sure it's not too tight, but tight enough to hold it in place. So now I'm going to take the plastic pieces off and get ready to install the terminal. It's going to go back the way it was on the old battery. I'm going to use my 10mm socket again. Make sure that you have it going clockwise. Clockwise is tightening. You can hand tighten it until it gets tight enough, and then you can use the socket. Now I'm just finishing tightening. So this one's nice and tight. Let's see, this one's nice and tight too. When you're working with a battery, make sure that you never bridge the positive and negative terminals. That means don't ever take a piece of metal and touch the terminals together, because that's very dangerous. You want to make sure that those are all separate. Now I'm going to install the negative terminal. There's going to be a plastic little cap if it's a brand new battery. You want to make sure that's off before you put the terminal back onto the, before you put that back onto the terminal. When it's back on, you might see a few sparks. That's normal. So now I tightened this one nice and tight. So now it's on there really well. Should not be coming off. And then for the other side, that's also tight. So I'm going to close this little door, and the battery should be installed, should be good to go. I've checked everything nice and tight. So when I open the door, if the dome light goes on, that's a good sign. That means it's charged. I'm going to go ahead and try starting it. All right, everything looks good, except now I'm just going to have to reset some